Okay. Now let's get this back on. Plugged in. Beautiful. There we are. So I can see the comments coming through. All right. All right, let me go get my tea. I'll be back in a minute. Getting my tea and my water. All right. Oh, there we are. Here I go again on my own. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone. I made up my mind. Ain't wasting no more time. Hello, who's there? I'm coming. Slowly but surely today. All right, give me a minute. Let me get set up over here so I can see who's in. Okay. Oh, hello. It's been ages. Oh, this feels like it's all too close. Hang on. Might push you back a bit. Whoa, wobble. Okay, is that better? Okay. Feels like it's all face. Like I'm in your face. All right. Now, where's my YouTube here so I can follow the conversations? There I am. Oops, let's get rid of the volume on that one. Let's get rid of the volume. Done. Okay, we're good. Otherwise it interferes. And trying to get in. Hello, I'll be with you in a minute. I'm just setting up the chat. Sorry, I'm a bit slow today. I've had a cough in the last week, a cough and a cold, because it's winter here. It's been freezing here in Sydney, Australia. And so my brain's still a bit foggy. It's still a bit slow. I'm just on the end of my antibiotics now, and I'm just starting to get my voice back. So, okay, here we are. There we are. All right, now I can see if anyone's writing anything in the chat. Now, that's better. Let's bring that in so we don't look like we're in the dark here, and we're all settled. I've got my tea, all good to go. How's everyone today? I'll start my tea while we're waiting for people to get settled in. What's the weather like where you are in the world? Here in Sydney, it's cold, but it's been sunny. So, you know, the sunshine in the winter months, I feel, makes up for the cold. I don't mind it, as long as I can sit outside in the sunshine and get a little bit of warmth throughout the day. They're my favourite kind of winter days, where I can sit outside in the sun and get all warmed up for the day. It's really lovely. I'm just waiting because I saw two people in and then they kind of disappeared. So I'll just give it a few minutes because sometimes it's just the internet connection. And I'm a few minutes late today, 5 minutes, I think, all up. Took me a while to get moving. I sat down to have lunch before, you know, getting to set all this up. And it was so nice in the sun where I was sitting having my lunch that I didn't want to move. But here we are. All good. Sometimes it's just nice to feel the cold. You know, when I was younger, I didn't like the cold at all. But as you get older, you just enjoy everything. You learn to appreciate everything. You know, that the cold is there for a reason. Mm. And it's so lovely. Makes you feel alive, is what I find. In the mornings when it's really crisp and it's really cold, and you know, I'm out and about, and you feel it on your face, it makes you feel so awake and so alert. That beautiful cold wind on your face. Mm. All right, my beautiful beings. I'm going to get started in case I'm it today. I know it's all spirit and people will catch the replay. So I'm not fussed whether there's, you know, 1 or 100 or none, because I know that you will receive this message. This video will get to you when it's the right time for you. Now, what I was going through this morning as I was thinking of what we were going to talk about today, in the weekly newsletter that I sent out on Monday morning, which goes out into America on Sunday. That's why I always say it goes out on Sunday, because to the other parts of the world, you know, it does go out on a Sunday. I send it off here 6 o'clock in the morning, usually on a Monday morning. I do write it up on the Sunday. Throughout the Sunday, I get inspiration and I will type up this beautiful email. And then Monday morning, I just proofread it and, you know, feel if I'm happy with how it looks and how it feels. And then I send it off. I just have a once through on a Monday morning to make sure that is what they want to send for that day, for that week, because it's a weekly newsletter. The weekly newsletter is free. All you have to do is sign up for it. It's the only way you can sign up for it. So even if you know, register for any of the other events or sign up for any of the other things that are on our website, you can only have access to the weekly newsletter by signing up to the weekly newsletter. So we don't just sign up everybody that shows up to the website. We want to make sure that you definitely, that's what you want. You want to be on that list and you want to receive that message every week. It's up to you. So it is free for those of you who don't know. And each week we receive a beautiful message from Spirit that goes out for that week. Now, this week, what I was divinely guided to bring forward, and this was brewing in my mind over the weekend, you know, with inspiration and guidance from my beautiful team, was to offer the beautiful forgiveness course as a group coaching session on Fridays at this time, at the 12:30 time that we usually do the lives. Now, what's been coming through in the last few days, because I haven't received as much response as we were anticipating with the forgiveness course. And what's been coming through is to ask you, especially today with this video, when you listen to it, we have 3 main courses that we offer. The first one is the forgiveness course, because for me, that was the first step towards my freedom. And that's what they've asked me to put together. The second course is the self-love course. That for me is just so sacred and so beautiful. And the third course that they've asked me to put together, that can be with coaching or without. The forgiveness course and the self-love course can be done without the coaching. They are standalone courses that you can do at any time. But the A.W.A.K.E.N course was designed specifically for coaching. And the A.W.A.K.E.N course is to assist beings on their path to find, to help to connect them to their higher self, to their soul, and find their path. Because there are so many things in the way sometimes that we just can't see the path. And so that's what the A.W.A.K.E.N course is designed for. Now, what I've been divinely guided to bring forward is that this coaching course that we'll be doing on the Fridays at 12:30 p.m. Sydney, Australia time, and it'll be starting the first Friday in July. So you still have another whole week to decide and to let me know which of the 3 courses it is that you want to sign up for, or that you would like to be doing together. Because this was the guidance. When you do the course on your own, yes, information can come up for you and things may shift. But when there's a group of us doing it together, and I am with you every step of the way, and I'm watching the videos throughout the week, when I sit here, and this is what's been happening every Friday that I do a live, I am feeling into the energy of the people that are part of this community. And then they guide me as to what to bring forward on that day, on that Friday. And it's usually information that's going to assist someone that is a subscriber to this channel. It's going to be someone that's going to find this message and it's going to assist them. So the beauty of doing this gorgeous course together every Friday for 12 weeks is that all of this was going to be coming through for the group, for whoever signed up, that would be watching the videos together. Now, when I say videos, it's not like the videos that we've created here on the YouTube channel. They're not 20 to 30 minutes long. Because it's a course, they're mini videos, if you like, between 5 to 10 minutes long each. They're never more than 10 minutes long. And it's designed that way on purpose. Because these videos are to create an opening. They open a door for you to grow, to shift, for information to come through for you. But so many times, for beings, and this happened for me a lot as well throughout, in the past when I've been doing courses and I'm doing the courses on my own. Sometimes I can't see the forest for the trees. We just can't see the obvious that's in front of us sometimes when we are on our own. And that's why it's so beautiful to work as a group, or to play as a group, if you prefer those words. So let us know in the comments below today which of the 3 courses you would prefer to do. We will put it in as a poll as well, where we used to have the other poll asking what people want more information of. We know it's messages from Spirit. That one was way outweighed all the other ones. So we know that people are interested in Spirit, in what Spirit has to bring forward that day, that week, whatever it is, the messages coming through from the universe, this beautiful universal life force energy. But on Fridays, we wanted to have more direction, rather than just show up and feel into the energies of the group, of the subscribers, to see what messages are to go out. We wanted to be, doing one of the courses together and growing, evolving as a group together forward. So in the link below, in the description below and in the comments section, we will give you a link to all the courses that we have. There are mini courses as well for anger, for fear, for pain, perhaps. They're one of the ones that you'd prefer to work through first, and that's fine. So we'll put them all to a vote, and the one that has the highest votes will be the course that we can start with first. Now, what I was being divinely guided to bring through is that we didn't want money to be an issue for you, for all of you that are part of this gorgeous community. So we wanted to make it an open thing on Fridays. Whatever course it is that you all decide is the one that you want to do, you'll need to register for it, because I need to have your email address to hook you up to the course so that you can watch the videos. And then each week, as we watch the videos together, we get together at the end of each week to discuss what is coming up for everybody. The beauty of it is, as the week progresses, you can send through questions, you can email the questions, or you can post the questions up on the course. Each course where you have the videos, each video has a comment section. So if that video, you had this huge moment, this huge realization comes up for you, you can make a comment there, a question there, whatever it is, you can share. underneath that video. Everything shows up for us anyway, whatever is posted on the course. There's also a discussion area for every single course that we create. You can ask questions in the discussion area. You can share what's coming up in the discussion area. And we always encourage people to share as much as they can, because when we share, we are serving everyone that is a part of that. It doesn't just serve you, but it's serving other people that are reading it. And perhaps in what you're sharing, something will come up for others, and they'll be like, oh, they'll have a realization themselves. It'll wake up something within them, you know. What comes to mind every single time for me was that I didn't realize that I had a fear of success until one day going through one of these beautiful courses that I was doing, because I've been doing courses forever. I love growing. I love evolving as a being, you know. And in this beautiful course, this lady was sharing that, as a child, she's always had this gorgeous singing voice. She sang like an angel. And everyone would praise her for her beautiful voice. And she had a younger sister, just like I had a younger sister. Or I have, sorry. She hasn't gone anywhere. But they're no longer little, We're all grown up now. So every time she would sing, everyone would praise her for her beautiful voice. And she would get all this, recognition for her beautiful gift. But one day she realized, as she finished singing, finished her performance, and everyone was praising her and clapping and, celebrating her beautiful voice, she looked over at her sister and realized that this was causing her sister pain. It was hurting her sister because her sister didn't have the same gift. And so she felt less than her older sister. Now, growing up, I loved learning. I loved school. I loved everything about school. And in that sense, I was very different to all the beings around me, even to this day. Most kids don't like school. They don't like learning. They don't like sitting at a desk, paying attention to a teacher all day long and writing notes and maths and all the other things that have to do with school. Most kids don't like it. So even to this day, I'm still an odd duck when it comes to learning and school and all the things, I used to love learning, and I was great at school, because I wanted to learn. I was always good at doing the tests and the assignments and whatever else we were given, to do. It's what I loved doing as a child. It was natural in me. It wasn't something that anyone had to encourage or push or, it was just me, And I did so well at school that my mom was always comparing my sister. Why can't you be more like your sister? I always remember hearing that in the background. And it must have affected me to some point that, I wasn't happy to be praised for my achievements at school. It got to a point where I became uncomfortable with it. And I knew it was because it was hurting her, my sister, because she didn't have the same love, I guess, for learning, or it just wasn't her path, But you do, after a while, you start to dim your light because you realize that you're hurting those around you. And I wouldn't have picked up on that. Had that lady not shared that story, I may have spent more years, not realizing, why is it that I'm always dimming my light, that I'm afraid to shine too brightly like I used to. Because I remember being, a certain age, and it felt like I was just so lit up, so bright. My light was so bright. And I don't know at what point I started to dim that light, but I know that resonated with me, that it was because I was hurting others with my light. I was shining too brightly, and it was hurting those around me. And that beautiful sharing of that lady that day with her voice, with her singing voice, brought all of that up for me. That I was able to sit with myself and say, oh, okay, I understand now why for so long, I was afraid to shine. You know, I didn't want to shine too brightly. I didn't even realize I was doing that until I heard that story, and then I could see so much, you know, of what I'd been doing, you know, and how I had been playing small is the word, you know, to keep everyone around you happy, you know. So it's important to share, and that's why here on this channel I share so much to assist you in whatever it is that's stored in here, to bring it up so that we can release it, we can let it go, you know, because it comes a time where it no longer serves your path. If you want to move forward, you want to evolve spiritually, if you want to awaken, all of these things are holding us back. They don't allow us to awaken, you know. So, my beautiful beings, what I was asked to bring forward this week is choose, let us know which course it is that you're interested in doing. There will be a poll. You can let us know in the poll. You can let us know in the comments below as you see this video. You can send us an email or let us know in the weekly newsletter if you're part of the weekly newsletter. That will come out this coming Sunday. We'll put that out as well, give you the choice. For us, for me, forgiveness was the biggest shift for me. Once I got through that process, so many things fell into place. You know, it's easy for us to stay in the familiar, that this is what we know. We're familiar with this, no matter how uncomfortable it is. This is familiar. We know how to do this. We've been doing this forever. But there is so much magic in the unknown, waiting for us. Waiting. All we have to do is push past the fears that are holding us back. Push past and get to the other side. You know, trust that in every moment we will be supported and that we will be okay. You know, I never imagined. It kind of, for me, it just happened. It wasn't that I planned, okay, I'm going to go through all this forgiveness work that I've done, right? All these years and years and years of this process. For me, it took years. And that's why I was guided to create this course, so that it doesn't have to take you years and years and years to go through it. You have the guidance, you have the assistance. And we're even offering coaching on Fridays to assist you in going through it. You don't have to do it alone, any of it. We're offering you our service. And what I've been guided to do is to offer, there's a donate button with PayPal. And so once you register for whatever course it is that we will be doing eventually on a Friday, whichever one is the most popular, the most voted, we will be sending, first you'll need to register. With the registration, you'll receive an email with the Zoom link, because we want to see you. We want to have that connection. Hello! How are you? Sorry, I started 5 minutes late today. I've been on the slow. Just recovering from a flu, cold and flu symptoms, and a bit foggy. You know, it's not moving as I normally move, but sometimes slow is good. You know. How have you guys been? How are you going? It's summertime there. Should be nice for you. Yeah, that's okay. I started 5 minutes late, so I thought, they've probably gone and done their own thing. It doesn't matter. So what time is it now? It's just on 1 o'clock. Maybe I should have started at 1 o'clock. But anyway. So I'll just walk you through. It is hot. Nice, because we're freezing over here. It's freezing cold. We're in the middle of winter. So, and yes, very hot. Oh, well, we'll trade. Hey, I'll give you my cold for today and you can give me the heat. But it's been nice. We've been lucky because it's been sunny all week. I find it hard to get through winter when it's cold and it's wet all the time. It's raining, those winters where it just doesn't stop raining. We had a couple of weeks like that, and I thought, oh my God, it's going to be like that all winter. I can't stand it. But this week's been gorgeous. We still have all the beautiful autumn leaves that are falling. All the trees are still, with their beautiful yellow and orange and red leaves, and they're still dropping all their beautiful leaves. But I keep looking out that window because I can see the beautiful blue sky and the sun is still outside. And that's the reason I was a bit late today, because I was eating upstairs, and there's this lovely little spot that's in the sun, and I just, oh, it's so nice. I just didn't want to stop. Ah. So what I've been talking about is that my beautiful spirit team has guided me to offer any of the courses that are on the website. There'll be a link below to the courses that you guys can all go and have a look. Oh, 34 is not too bad. We usually get around 40 here in the summertime, so we get nice hot ones here. But 34, it's still a bit hot. I know, it's anything sort of over 30 gets a bit much sometimes. And so we want to do the courses on the Fridays in the place of these lives. And we want to do it as a group, because there's a magic that happens when there's a group that's come together to go through something together. I can't explain it, but I've witnessed it and I've experienced it many, many times. When people share, when people ask questions, it brings up things for others as well. So what I'm being guided to do is the first Friday of July to get started with one of the courses. Today, for some reason, they're asking me to put it up for a vote, Oh, yeah. Yeah, those days are hard to get through, but hopefully you got air conditioning, to keep you. Hopefully there'll be air conditioning. Thank God for air conditioning. I remember one summer, it was Christmas here and we didn't have an air conditioner and it was like 42 degrees. And I had Mum and Dad coming over for Christmas Day, and we ended up over at my mother-in-law's house, at her neighbor's house, because she didn't have air conditioning either. So he invited all of us over. It was so funny. And we ended up at his place with the air conditioner, all sitting under the air conditioner, trying to survive this Christmas day. It was such a funny summer. But yeah. So, okay, so air conditioner. I know, same here. We've just got the heaters running all day when it gets too cold here. So mainly at nighttime, and overnight. There's been a few nights where it's been, just unbearably cold. And I just leave the heaters running now overnight because I find it hard to breathe. You have to get under the covers and it's just too cold for me to breathe. And especially because I've been sick, I don't want to be breathing in cold air. It sort of irritates everything more, Okay, so getting back to it. So I think there's 6 courses on the website that you can choose from. And it's a pay as you go. You just pay whatever you want. There'll be a donate button that you receive in an email, and you just, each week or month or whenever, over the course of the 12 weeks that we do each course, you just give what you can. We didn't want money to be an issue, that people aren't doing these courses. It is pretty mild. Yeah, once the sun is out, it is pretty mild. It depends where you come from. I mean, my mother-in-law's from England where it snows, so for her these winters are really mild, But I grew up here, so for me it's cold, And my parents are from South America where it's kind of sort of similar weather. It gets a little bit colder over there because I did live there for a while, and it does get a little bit colder in the winter in South America, but I'm managing this winter. I don't know why. I'm actually enjoying the cold more than I have in the past. I guess you're more aware of life, and how lucky we are to be here and that we can feel the cold, is a miracle. So, or we can feel the heat, I find the winter better because when it gets really, really hot in the summer, I tend to get headaches. It's like it's too much heat for me and I can't stand it. And I have to go out really early in the morning to do the walks and things like that when it's really hot in the summer. Whereas winter, I can go anytime. Whatever time I go is always a good time to go for a walk because it warms you up. So It's all good. So, yes, that's what I've been guided to bring through. To offer the courses, to ask everyone to vote which course they'd be interested in doing, to do the course together over the course of 12 weeks, 12 Fridays. Each week we meet up, and to just leave it open that people can just donate whatever they can, but just at least be a part of it, move forward. You know what I mean? With this beautiful information that's come through, with whatever it is that they feel they need assistance with. There's a beautiful Loving Your Anger course. That may be one that, everyone wants to do first. I don't know until people vote for it. But yeah, today I was just, they told me to take a step back and to ask what you want to do first rather than me say, oh, look, because for me, the forgiveness one was such a big thing that I was excited to do that one first with everyone. But maybe others want to work on something else first. They might want to do pain. There's a Loving Your Pain course as well that we can do. Oh, there's the other thing which I mentioned earlier. The videos in the courses are not like the videos on YouTube. They're not more than most of them are around 5 minutes long. And the idea of each video is to plant a seed. It is a big thing. Yes, unforgiveness is a big thing. And I grew up with it, so I know all about it. And then I had to go through the experience of what it feels like to be unforgiving, to be resentful, all those things. So for me, I was super excited to start there, but I haven't had enough response for the forgiveness course. So I thought maybe others want to start somewhere else, So the 6 courses, because I mentioned the 3 main ones, but I'll mention them all here. The first one is Loving Your Anger. The second one is Loving Your Fear. The third one is Loving Your Pain. The fourth one is the Forgiveness course. The fifth is Self-Love, the Self-Love course. And the last one, the 6th one, is the A.W.A.K.E.N course. So, it's up to you. If any of these courses are something that any of you are interested in and you want to do it together, it's not the same doing it on your own. Some people don't have, I'm highly motivated. That's the thing with me. Whenever I sign up to do something, I will see it through to the end, because I know I'm going to grow from it every time. I'm going to evolve, But many people don't have the motivation. They'll go through maybe the first week or 2 and then they get caught up in life and other things. And, I'm hoping that if we're going to be here every Friday, we're going to catch up, we're going to have this talk. The other thing too is that the sessions that we do on the Fridays, they're going to be through Zoom because we want to record them. And then they will go up on whatever course we're doing. They will go up as a replay. And because when you register, we'll have your email there, you'll get a replay in the email as well. So, there's so many courses that I've done that I haven't been able to be there live. For most of them, I haven't been able to be there live. I'm always working, So for me, I've always caught the replays and I've always received the information I needed to receive. So if you are doing the course with us, you can ask questions throughout the week, either in the course, in the discussion area, or send an email and I'll answer them at the end of the week, in the lives that we're doing. What else? So replays, it's really important that people know that you will receive the replay the following day. Yeah. So if you had any questions, they will be answered in that recording and you'll get that the next day. You're still a part of, your energy is there. You're watching the videos with us. You're doing it together. You're still a part. Your energy is still a part of the course that we will be doing, whether you're there on the lives or not. So it's for us, it's a way of getting people motivated to take the steps to get moving with it. It's easy to stay in the familiar and not want to move forward. But we know what's on the other side of it, of all of it. When you've gone through the process of loving your anger, of loving your fear, of loving your pain. You've gone through the process of forgiveness. I know, right? They look amazing. I changed my bookcase because the other ones had too much gap between them. You'll notice these are closer together. The other one had a big gap between it, and you can see the wall behind it. It looked really silly, I thought. Anyway, and my daughter was the one that put the gems together for me this time, so I thought that was pretty special. She wanted them to be there, and she made me this one. And funny enough, she made me this one that says "Mummy." Don't know if you can see it there. She painted that for me, trying to think now, a couple of years ago. And when I placed this one in my hand, for some reason, it has such a strong energy compared to all the others. But I think it's because her energy is in there. Yeah. Yeah, I like how they look better. And I've got, if Rafail gets to see this one, I've got his lovely gem back there. He sent me these. I love these. I have them there. They are behind me, and they're giving me his beautiful energy. And this one was from South America. And this one's from my beautiful friend in New Zealand. She makes these. Isn't it gorgeous? I love it. This one was called Patience. She named this one Patience, and it was perfect for me because I am super impatient. So I know, it was beautiful. And what else did I have there? Oh, that was the other one that Rafail sent me. So I just wanted him to know that I have them with me always. Yeah, I love gems too. They're beautiful. My daughter was the one that ended up teaching me all about them because I never had a strong connection to gems until she fell in love with my gem collection and stole most of them. And then I had them sitting around all over the house, and I didn't really have a connection to them. And when she was about 7, she asked me if she could have them, and I was like, sure, take them. And she made this huge collection in her bedroom upstairs. And I didn't think anything of them. I just always had them thinking they were quite beautiful, just for how they look, not for anything else. And one day I had this headache when by this stage, she was about 10. This was years later, 3 years later. And I had this headache, and I was just about to go to the kitchen, to get something to take for it. And she went running to the bed. She said to me, "No, wait, Mum, I've got something for you." She said, "Just wait there." And I said, "Okay." I said, "But I need to take something." She said, "No, just wait." And she came out with a smoky quartz that she has upstairs. She didn't give it to me here. No, it's upstairs. It's one of her favorite ones. And she told me to put it on my forehead, right there. And I did. And as I did, I could feel the heat coming out of from my forehead into the gem, into the stone. And into the smoky quartz, it was called, because I asked her, "What is it?" And she says, "It's the smoky." She even knew all the names of them, right? And I was like, "How do you know so much about them?" And she said she'd been online to find out the names of them, but she had learnt to, I don't know how, because she said, I asked her if she learnt this online, and she said no. She had learnt to place them into her hand and to feel into the energy of the gemstones. And that they would talk to her. They would tell her what they were for, And so that one was the one for the headache. And after a while, I felt the heat coming out into it. And this took about 5 minutes, not even. And I felt this coolness going into that area. And then when I took it off and I gave it back to her, the headache had passed. Like it had, I don't know what it, how, but it worked. And I was blown away. I was like, all these years, I've had all these gemstones here, all these beautiful gems, and I've never used them apart from decoration, because I thought they looked pretty. I thought they looked beautiful. But I didn't realize that, that they have energy, And so after that afternoon, she took me into her bedroom and she sat me down and she did this huge lineup of all the gemstones that, I had given her over the years. And she put one in my hand and she told me to close my eyes. And "Do you feel anything, Mum?" And I'd be like, "No, not with that one." So the ones that were a no, she put to one side, and the ones that were a yes, she put to another side. Oh, feel their energy. Yes. Well, that's what she was doing. you know, the feeling the energy. She was teaching me how to feel the energy. They can communicate. Mm. Yes, because everything is energy. This is the thing. Everything is energy. So how was the trip away? Did the girls come back happy? They were away last week. How was the trip? Yes, they were good. Sometimes it's good to get a break, you know. It was funny that weekend. I think I told you when did I say that? My husband and my daughter had gone away camping, and I was so sick I couldn't stop coughing that I was like, I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to lay in bed, over the next 2 days. I don't want to move. And it was just nice when they came back. It gives you time to miss them, and they miss you. Oh, missing grandma. But she's still there when you get back, right? Missing grandma. That's always a nice thing. That they have that lovely relationship, that they miss grandma, So many others are like, oh, can't get away, can't wait to get away from her. So we're lucky. My daughter has the same relationship with her grandma. She adores her, It's nice to have that when you're growing up. It's like a second support system, outside of your home. It's nice. Oh, nice. Does she live far away from you, or is she overseas as well? Because my mum's overseas. My daughter we'd have to travel with her to go and see her in South America. My mother-in-law is here. She lives 15 minutes away, but my parents are far away if we want to go see them in person. Oh, that is far away. But at least you don't have to catch a plane or anything, yeah? They're kind of in the same country. It's not too bad. 4 hours. It is a long trip. So was this your wife's mum that they went to visit? The grandma, it must be on your wife's side. She went to see her mum. That's always nice too. Catch up with your mum. Sometimes we need that, We need that time with our mums. Yeah, that makes sense. Although, a lot of people, when they see me with my mother-in-law, they think she's my mum, not my husband's mum, because we're so close. So it's like I've stolen his mum. I'm closer to her than he is, which is really funny. But it may be because my parents are overseas, and I don't get to see them physically all the time, that we have such a strong relationship. I don't know. Or maybe we just have a lot in common, just our personalities and the way we are. So, yeah, I know. So I've had that a lot. A lot of people ask me if she's my actual mum, if she's my mum. Not that we look alike. We don't look anything alike, but sometimes you don't with one of your parents. So, like my husband, he's blonde and blue-eyed like his mum, but his dad looks like me. He's got dark skin and dark eyes and dark hair. And he's English as well. It's not like, he's from a different country, but just looks completely different. But physically, my husband looks exactly like his dad, physically. If you see them from behind, they look identical. You got to fly for mine. Oh, yeah, are yours in South America as well? Oh, you're like me. They're far away. My mum always used to get upset and say that, if they had never come to Australia, we wouldn't all be separated, because my sister's in Mexico. So we all ended up scattered in the end, She's not even in South America with my parents. But yeah, she always says, that if they'd have stayed in South America, we'd all be together in South America. And I always tell her not to say that, because so many people, their children just leave to go to other countries anyway. If it was meant to be that way, it will be anyway, whether you stayed or you didn't stay. When I was living there, there were so many people that their children were flying off to Spain or flying off to, USA or wherever they could go, because there was no work there. There was no future for them. So I always say to my mum, you had no guarantee. Too far. Ah, well. They're closer now, though, yeah. They're closer, for sure. It makes it a lot easier. So do you get to see her more now? Does she visit you there? Hopefully. At least once a year or every second year. It's nice to be closer. Makes it easier. Much closer. Yeah, it does make it easier. It's funny. The other day you made a comment about the more I know, the more I learn, the less I know. The more I learn, the less I know. And for some reason that stayed with me for a few days. And I created a video around it, but then I feel like I missed it again. Because the more you learn about this world, the more you learn, the less you know. Because spirit is in the unknown. It's not something that you can learn from this world. When I started to talk with my spirit guides, it wasn't something that I learned from this world. And then there's things like when you're in the presence of God, there are no words. There's just no words to describe that encounter, that feeling, that any of it. So it's really about stepping into the unknown every time, to grow in that way, to grow spiritually. And many times the video I created was that we need to unlearn what we've learnt to become who we truly are. This is the fact. We spend all our childhood learning that this is who we are and that is who we are and this is who we should be and this is who we need to be. Yes. And limitless. It's like it has no end. It's infinite is the thing. It never ends, is what's it's just incredible. But we learn all these things from little of who we are. This teaches us who we think we are. And none of it is who we truly are. And so we have to unlearn all of that. Unlearn all of it is what I find. The moment I begin to awaken, everything is about unlearning or letting go of what we've learnt, here. Because what we've learnt is just to create the human experience that we've had. That's it. That's all it's been for, to create a human experience for us. As the separate I, as the ego. But to awaken and to return to who we truly are and to be in communication with spirit is not about learning. It's about remembering. Hollywood stars. Oh, funny. So yes. Becoming who we truly are is about stepping into the unknown. It's about remembering. It goes way, way back to before we started learning anything. So as much as I love learning about this world, it is really just about this world. And it's about this illusion of separation that we're living in, this reality. But it's not the truth. It's not who we are, you know? That's the magic. And that, I think, is what scares so many people. This week, when I offered this course at pay whatever you want to pay, just make a donation each week of what you're comfortable with. What was coming through is that there is so much fear for people. Oh, I've done many past lifetime regressions. I've had a few. They usually work with somatic breath work. There's these two beautiful guys that offer, they do coaching and life coaching, and what is the other one? But anyway, they assist coaches in moving forward with their coaching business. It's mainly the business side. And they always have this beautiful somatic breath work. And with that, I always end up having these gorgeous past lifetime regressions. Always. Like, I'm in it, and the next thing I'm standing somewhere that feels like familiar, like I'm here, this is home, and I'm going through something, Yes, it does. And the funny thing is, I used to think it was crap. I grew up my whole life thinking that past lifetime regressions was made up stuff. It wasn't real until I found myself the first time. And I'm standing there, and it's a cold winter's day, and I'm freezing. I couldn't feel my hands. It was that cold. And I'm standing there having this past lifetime regression, and it was incredible. For me, it was incredible because it wasn't well, I'd already had my awakening before that. I was already talking, But, well, I wasn't talking to my spirit team yet, but I'd had many profound moments that led up to that, But it shifts something. When you have your first or any past lifetime regression and you realize that this is a memory within you, and it's not a dream, and it's not a vision, it's not an illusion, it's an actual memory, and it's still in your system. When you go through that, there's a huge shift, because it's the realization that this is not the only lifetime that you have. Now, what I have brought up in previous videos is that, yes, this is the only lifetime that you have as it is, with the partner that you have as your partner, with your children as your children, with your parents as your parents, where you are living, how you are living. All of this in this lifetime is the only lifetime that you've done this, had this, been this. Yes, it is a unique lifetime. But your spirit has been here many, many times. It's not the first lifetime. And it kind of brings in this knowing that death is not the end. It's almost like, it's the next chapter, if you like, of a very long book where each lifetime is a chapter, and you may have thousands and thousands of chapters, It's not the end. It's just next, what are we going to do next? What do we want to experience next? And with that, I grew up at home with this fear about death, that it's the end. And once I had that, I could no longer feel that way. It just shifted. That fear was gone because it had no purpose. It's not relevant when you've seen that you've already been here and what you've been through, Have you been there? There is a meditation somewhere here that I was guided to create for the Akashic Records. Have you been in? Have you tried that? The first time I was in that was the same. I was like, what? What is this place? It was amazing. You see, this is all unknown. Before I woke up, there was no way I could imagine that these things existed, that they were real. No. It's there. It's in a, I'll see if I can find all I have to do is type in Akashic Records and see how you go with that. And, all of those things shift. They shift you out of this reality and they show you that there is so much more. Yes, you have lots to do, Victor. Lots and lots. Oh, amazing. Amazing things to do. Mm. In the Akashic Records, where I was shown a book, I had a specific spirit guide in there that I'd never seen before. And she didn't give me a name. Oh, astral travel. I've been trying to do that. I just haven't made time. I signed up to do it with this beautiful Aussie that's here. I think he's in Queensland. Doyle. I'm trying to think his first name. Doyle. Anyway, I think his surname's Doyle. And I bought the course about 2 years ago, and I just haven't been consistent with it. But I had a feeling that there was a magic that happens when it happens. You know what I mean? When you actually leave your body and travel. Just mind-blowing, expansive stuff. I have a feeling I've already done it with my spirit guides. There's been a few times they've taken me to places that maybe I'm expecting astral travel to look a certain way, but I've already done it. I'm not sure. Because the way he describes it when he's explaining the astral projection, the astral travel, is that you should be able to see your body where you are. I know, right? You should be able to see your body where you are. And I can imagine my body, but it's not like when I've been taken with my spirit guides to go to certain places or to do certain things, that I feel like my energy has been taken somewhere, but I've left my body behind. It's different. I don't know if that's astral projection, astral travel. I'm not sure. It might be, because I've been taken to places where there's no space, there's no time, it's infinite. I can't even explain it. It's like time stops and it's so still, it's amazing. And I've witnessed amazing things in this space. It usually happens when I'm doing a Reiki session, that I'm taken to this dimension, or I'm not even sure what the word is, but I usually find words fall short of these experiences. You try to describe it with words, and that was the challenge of writing When Love Leaves. How do you bring these beautiful experiences to life with just words? The void. Thank you. That sounds better. Because that's what it feels like. It feels like a vacuum, like there's nothing there. And sometimes I'm taken to this place that's like a dark space, but it's not dark. It doesn't feel like darkness. Like it doesn't feel scary, or it kind of feels like home. Sometimes I get the word the 0 point, or the where all creation is made. I've been taken there as well. And that was amazing. But what I took away from it was just how still it feels. How blissful and still, and that there's just nothing. It was so beautiful, so quiet, we don't get enough of that here, here, no matter how much I try to switch off, it's never perfectly quiet, perfectly still, there's always something going on. But that place is just magic, pure magic, So, yeah, some things when you experience them, they just shift everything for you. It's like, that's it. All those beliefs you had before, no, they can't exist. They just don't have any place anymore. There's no purpose. There's no point to them. You can drop them all, And I've found with time, beliefs just get in the way, because every belief you have, you're limiting. With that belief, you're creating a limitation. You're saying that that's all that can exist because of your belief. This is it. You've just put that into a box, whatever that is. you know? Mm, they are. They're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I love being there. And, I get to go there when I do Reiki on myself as well. I don't do the Reiki distance healings as often, but when I want to be in those places, that's what I do. I just do a Reiki session for myself. I call in my team and I just allow them to take me wherever I need to go for that time, It's just really blissful. Just being around them, with them, is just blissful. It's enough for me sometimes. It's all I need. Oh, when was it? This week? I think on the weekend. I was woken up by a frequency tone in my left ear. I just remember waking up and there was this frequency tone ringing in my ear. This, but it sounded like a tone, like when you hit those tuning forks, like that sort of sound. And it was so clear in my ear. And I remember waking up and just lying there. And it felt like an angel note. I can't explain it, but it felt like home. Like I was so at peace listening to it. Even though it was just one note. Oh, usually you'd find that really annoying, like like a mosquito buzzing, But I just sat with it. And then it dropped a half, a semitone, and then came back up again. And it was like, I'm not sure what it was, but I just remember waking up so peaceful the next morning, like, I don't know what that was, but it felt like it was tuning something inside of me, you know. It was really nice. So all of these things, we don't know what they are. I don't know what they are. On my mind. Yes, I get lots of visions. Yeah, it could be that you're receiving information that way as well. Do you have a spirit guide that you have a strong connection to? Oh, so you have like psychic abilities as well. Mm. I haven't been to the Akashic Records for a while, now that I think of it. Not yet. Is that answering to the spirit guide? You don't have a spirit guide that you have a strong connection to yet? Even if that may had since I remember. I see. Yeah, that's psychic abilities. Being alerted to things. My mum used to have that when I was growing up. She could see things before they'd happen with my aunts and with, I'd be like, what? Later when it would happen and I'd be witness to it weeks later, I'd be like, because I'd remember that she said that out of the blue, this is going to happen. Your aunt's going to get sick or something. Yes. Sometimes I feel that perhaps we get these abilities, to remind others that they have these abilities as well, that this is what's possible, because we're all spirit. We all have these incredible abilities within us. The psychic abilities, the mediumship. Do you work as a medium, or is this something you do for work, or? See, if I had you live on the Zoom, I'd be able to just unmute and you could just tell me be so much easier if we were working live on the Zoom call. Mediumship. My friend in New Zealand is a medium. She's amazing. I've done formal training because you've always had these abilities to see things before they happen. Yeah, see? Yeah, it would be wonderful. So is there something holding you back from working as a medium, or is it just something that you're not interested in doing? You're just happy to have the skills for it? And how long ago? How long ago did you do the training? How long has it been? That's what I meant to do. That's okay. I know with my beautiful friend in New Zealand that's a medium, did it 2021. Hey, that's the year I started talking to my spirit team. That's the year I did Reiki. 2021. No, 2021 was the year I did Rikka's course. That was for self-love. 2022 was the year I did Reiki, now that I think of it. But 2021 was the beautiful conversation I had with Archangel Michael with the pentagrams. That came through in 2021. And even then, I still didn't believe. It took another year for me to, accept that, oh, okay, I'm really talking to them and they're really talking to me and they want me to do something with it. Hey, that's the year my daughter was born, 2012. That was the year of my awakening. Weird rabbit hole in 2012. I find interesting that those numbers are reversed. I love playing with numbers. Your mediumship course was 2021, but your rabbit hole was in 2012. That's interesting. Those numbers are reversed. You'll find the way. Whatever that way is, you'll find it. Spirit's always guiding, So, and what's that, like 9 years later, maybe? What was the other thing I was going to say? But you did do something. So in 2021, you're just like me with the Reiki. We're always looking, you know what I mean? For something to, yeah, for me, that's angels. Every time I see all those ones, I always take a deep breath in and I feel into all the angels I have around me. I love the ones. I think it was because the very first book I read about angel numbers said that when you see the ones, especially 1 1, like the 2 ones, that there's an angel near. So for me, the more ones, the more angels. So that's how I read the ones. But yeah, look, I've had so many angel number books and they all say different things. In the end, I was like, I have to make up my own because this is just ridiculous that they all say different things. How can they not agree that the ones are one thing, the twos are something else, the threes are something else? For me, whenever I see threes, I always think of Jesus. I don't know why. Maybe because he was 33 when he died. There's also the three of the Trinity. What's it called? The name of the Father. Things just resonate with me. I go with the flow. Yes, I need to learn to do that more. Go with the flow. I still feel, even with everything that's happened for me, I still feel sometimes there's a wanting to control things to be a certain way or to happen a certain way or to, that's why now I offer the forgiveness course, but I thought maybe I shouldn't have chosen the course. I should have left it open for you guys to choose what you want, not for me to decide what's best for you, because I don't know your path. And only you can look into all the courses and decide, okay, this is what's calling me. This is what's resonating right now with me. That this is the one I want to look at first together, whatever it is. So I have to learn more to mm, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Yeah, I was trying to do the. I was thinking of something else as I was saying it. The control comes because the Trinity. The control comes because as a child, we had to go through so much stuff that we had no control over, so much painful stuff, for so many of us. And we couldn't stop it from happening. We had no say in it. As children, you just have to put up with it. That in our adult lives later, it becomes a habit that we want to control everything. And same, I was raised Catholic. And so, but what I keep getting shown over and over and over is that the magic lies in letting go. That's where the magic lies. It's not in us controlling how things are going to turn out or how things need to be. It's allowing Spirit to surprise us, because it is a magical life when you look at it. Sometimes I look at my daughter and I think, I can't believe we made that. My husband and I, we made that. You have to really step back from it and go, this life is just so amazing. It's incredible. And if we were gifted with that beautiful miracle and with the miracle of our own existence, that we are here is a miracle in itself. Even my husband sometimes will sit there and he'll say, it's just incredible that we can even exist. Everything had to be just right for us to be here at this time. Everything, for us to exist. Even he gets blown away sometimes at just how magical this life is. Same. I can honestly say it has been so interesting. There's not one part of it that I would throw away because all of it has brought me here and it's given me wisdom in one way or another. Information. I've learned from everything without fail. I've learned from it. Even the things that we call mistakes or we say are mistakes and I shouldn't have done that or I shouldn't have said that, or you always learn something from it about yourself. It's amazing, just amazing. This life is amazing. And if we just let go enough, I keep getting told to slow down. Like these are the messages I keep getting. And yesterday I finally pulled out the tarot card that says, be still. Finally. I've never had it before. I finally got it. Because I keep hearing everyone saying that you need to be still to receive the information. But I receive the information on the go. I'm constantly going. I'm constantly moving. I'm constantly creating. And I receive the information that way. Yes. But, meant to be. I was born this way, always wanting to learn, always wanting to grow, always wanting. It was just my nature, It was just my personality. It's who I'm meant to be, Because it takes a lot, I guess. It does take a lot of energy to have created all of this and all the courses. The courses took me over 6 months to put together. It takes a lot of time. And to create the videos and to create all the workbooks and the handbooks and everything that goes with it, it does take motivation, inspiration, all of it. But I trust. I trust them. They've given me all this for a reason. From the get-go. Yes. But Yeah. We have to learn to trust as well, you know, that Spirit has our back, and that what's meant to be will be. There is such a thing as divine timing. Zoom, zoom. Oh, that's so cool. Yes. I'm only just now starting to slow down, believe it or not. Just now. And even now that like I said, there's the 6 courses sitting there waiting. I'm waiting to see which ones you guys want to work with so that we can do it together. But even then, I want to do it together. I still want to do something. I want to keep moving forward because I also grow and I also evolve every time. You know, it's not that, oh, I'm just serving you. It serves all of us. It serves Spirit as well. You know, everything we go through as a group, as a collective, if we're growing, if we're evolving and we're doing it together, you know, I am growing too. And that, I think, is what drove me to be here in the first place. I'm looking to be inspired. I'm looking to be, you know, I want that in a group. I'm looking for that group. Yes. Mind you, I had a wonderful lazy day yesterday and I did not feel guilty because it was the first day that I felt, you know what? It's okay to be this today, to just, because I drew that card, be still. That's all I was doing, being still. And I lay with my doggies for a little while and they lay next to me. And we had a wonderful afternoon yesterday, you know? It was really good. It was so much fun to just not do anything, to not think, to not, nothing. There was just nothing. You know, not even trying to receive information from source, but just be, you know, because it felt like I'd received enough up until now. You know, I've just been listening to guidance the whole time and bringing the information through every time. And it just felt that it was one of those days where, you know what, today I can just do nothing. That's it. I don't need to do anything today. Everything is already there. Everything's in motion. Everything's already been created for you. So I'm learning to relax now. Because perhaps too, you know, people feel that energy when you're rush, 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 and you have to get it done, and it has to be done, and it has to, you know, and you're constantly going, 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 and doing, doing, doing. People are picking up on that energy of what is her problem? You know, for me, it's a question of, I guess there's a fear of running out of time, you know, before it reaches the people that it needs to reach. Because I've already received all the information. I already know the value of what I've received. I already know. And to know and not be able to pass this on, you know, is one of my biggest frustrations. That people aren't receiving the information. They don't know it's there. They don't know it exists. That was the reason I gave up on the first YouTube channel. I thought, oh, look, why am I here? Nobody even knows I'm here. You know? But this time is different. I wasn't having conversations with my spirit team before in the first channel. I had just had the first awakening and I'd written that book and I thought, oh, I have to share this information. I have to share it. For me, it was life-changing. It was like, progress is there. I'm getting there too, my friend. But a lot of that, I think, is, you know, it's part of us. It's what we've taken on in our childhood. The being affected by the stress of life, taking that on, you know. The Zen master, yes, I am better than I was, you know, as well. So we are getting there. But again, like I said before, I think it's learning to trust, you know, that spirit has our back. that we are supported all the way. We're not doing it alone. Because the stress for me, before starting this channel was that I felt like I was doing everything on my own. The books, the publishing, the YouTube channel, everything felt like it was on my back. That I was all on my own doing this. But now I know it's not, and I have to stop functioning from this place that I'm running out of time. I have a feeling that this is from a previous lifetime where I did run out of time. Yes. So it's trusting that what will be, and that the messages reach the people it needs to reach. The people that need it will find it. The same as the books, the same as the courses. There's nothing to do but to be here, present in this moment. Allow it to play out. We've done our part. That's it. Accepting that we've done our part, and that's it. We've done what they've asked us to do, and there's nothing else to do. But just be now. Be with this beautiful information. Be with this beautiful energy every day. There's a beautiful slowing down that's happened. I think it came after that beautiful frequency tone on the weekend. It was like because I felt such peace within myself. The courses are done, the books are done. It's okay. There's nothing to do right now but try and reach the people, finding the way to reach the people. And things happen for a reason. I was reaching people through the Facebook ads, but I kept getting this message that that's not the way. I don't know why. And then my account got hacked and I had to shut down my Facebook page. Oh, I meant to tell you. I've started a brand new Facebook page under Hollie Belle. So do a search online for Hollie Belle. You can't miss it because you'll see, look at the banner that's up here on the YouTube channel that's got me in the middle and it's got the books beside me. And my new Facebook page under Hollie Belle has exactly the same banner. You'll find me in the middle in a little square and the books alongside. It's okay. At the time I was devastated because I was only just starting to get people to come to the website. There was only just starting to be an interest in the courses. And, it was starting to move slowly, but there were more people coming. At the moment I have 4 or 5 people that show up on the website per week, and I was getting 30 to 40 people. And I'd only been advertising for 2 weeks when I got hacked. But I guess because I was new to it, I was learning how to do it. There was a fear, and I think that fear manifested that, what if I get hacked? Or what if, there was all this going on because I'm not familiar with it. It's the unknown for me. Facebook ads is an unknown. I'm learning it. It's new. And I guess I didn't trust completely that it was okay. What I was learning in my marketing courses. Why is it that we need bulbs to make it interesting? Bulbs. To make it interesting. What's with the bulbs? Bumps. Bumps. I'm thinking light bulbs. Hang on a minute. Wait. I'm not sure. Maybe, perhaps. I always trust in divine timing. I do. So I feel like the courses are there. They're happy for me to have the courses there, but it's not the right time yet for the people to come to them. It's it needs to go down a different road first. It looks like they're pushing me into a different direction, and then perhaps come back later. They want it maybe for me to grow it slowly. If I can't imagine, if I had like I don't know, 200 people all of a sudden sign up that they want. You know, I might be overwhelmed. It might be too much. I don't know if that's also something within me that's what's put that bump in the road. You know, it's a lot of new for me. So, you know, even though I've done this all slowly and without having a course online for people to sign up to. Working with Katra is also new for me. You know, I have been working with WordPress, creating websites for a long time, and I tried to create my beautiful piano lessons. I did a course there to slow down. I think so. Perhaps there was a fear of, oh, will I be overwhelmed if it's all too much all at once? Will I be able to keep up? Will I be able to manage? You know, I don't know. That could be in my system, you know, and so they're like, okay, start off slowly. Let's go slow. All right. So, you know, in doing the beautiful course on the Fridays too, it allows me to see what is coming up for people, you know, to create more, perhaps more videos for those courses or better content for those courses. Once I see what comes up, you know, what questions, what concerns, what, you know, what information is coming up as we're going through these beautiful courses. So that is important as well, you know, it adds to these beautiful courses to add value, you know, to the people that decide to do the courses later on. So, yeah, all of that, you know, there's a reason that things happen. Usually later I'll look back on it and I'll realize, oh, there was a fear that was in place in me that caused that to happen, you know, in that way. So, you know, when we step into the unknown, this is all unknown for me at the moment, moving forward, you know. So we'll see how we go. But I'm excited, you know, to work with other beings and to relax. Yes. They're wound up too tight, I think. But honestly, if you'd have grown up with my mum and like she would drop it, you know, so easily she would lose the plot. That you wonder why you're so wound up. Well, you probably wonder why you're not more wound up, you know. These crazy parents. Oh, they were so crazy. But that's life, you know. We have to learn to relax, to just go with the flow, as you were saying earlier. And yeah, so with the Facebook page, just do a search for Hollie Belle. I've just done the one page for now, and occasionally I post up some of the videos that go here on YouTube. I'll post them up there just to put some information. But I can use, once the Facebook page starts to grow a little bit, I think there's only 2 people on there at the moment. Once it starts to grow a little bit, then I can start doing more news on there, you know, like when there's special events like this coming up or anything else. I'm also doing a live event on the Saturday, the 5th of July. I just changed the date, Saturday, because I'm working throughout the week now with yeah, I'll do a search. Thank you. So you can join us back there again. I don't know if you've noticed that the group has been deleted. I had to delete everything because these hackers got into everything. So I didn't want them tarnishing anything that was coming through from my beautiful pages that I had already put together. My Easy Mind, Easy Life page had over 1,000 followers. And I have had that for 12 years. And I had to completely delete that page. My personal page, it's locked or blocked or whatever you call it now. But I also went in and tried to delete as much as I could out of that because that's my personal stuff, you know, and they had gotten into all of that. So it was I'm not sure. Yeah. Where they're from, because everything they were writing is in a different language that's maybe Asian, or it's a language I'm not familiar with. That looked Asian. I think it was, because I asked the girl from the digital marketing what one of the emails had said, and she translated it. So yeah, that was putting me off as well. That in my in my messenger, I had like 200 instant people all talking to each other in this foreign language and going, you know, in this chat, and I'm like, what is going on? So I even had to delete Messenger, which was really frustrating because I have a lot of people that I talk to through Messenger, and I send them messages and they send me back. But now we're learning to connect through WhatsApp, so which is the same. But yeah, that was frustrating, at the time. But I know, that's the thing. And that's why with Katra, I was trying to create the membership site and all these beautiful courses, because once people sign up to all of that, we're not relying on Facebook and their rules. We're not relying on YouTube and their rules, because even YouTube was frustrating in the sense that I don't see all the comments that come through. And I've been reading a lot about that. And it's very common with small channels that they just don't put the comments through. I don't know why, but it's a big thing. It wasn't just my channel. There's a lot. There's hundreds of channels that are suffering. Oh, cybersecurity. Shame, I should have gotten onto him first. So never mind. Look, it's meant to be that way. And perhaps, deleting the old identity, taking on the new one is how it's meant to be moving forward. Maybe the old me died somewhere along the line, and I don't need it anymore. I don't need that identity anymore. Not that for me, I don't need a name either. I'm not identified with one name or the other. To me, it's just a label, like when we call ourselves things, like um, I'm a piano teacher. I don't mind saying that one, but I'm a Reiki healer or things like that. No, I do Reiki, or it's what I do. It's not who I am, and it wasn't, when was it? I was having this moment with my mum. I remember. I think it was when I came back and they'd stopped talking to me. And one day I was quite upset when I'd first got back from South America. And I was in the car and I was heading to work that morning to the lady that had Parkinson. And I remember, there was a part in the clouds. When the clouds part and you get these beautiful beams pushing through, the sunbeams? And to me now, that's always, oh, God is talking to me. I used to think, oh, God is giving someone a message. How stupid. Why isn't that message for me? Why is it for someone else? I'm the one that's noticing it, So after I woke up, I thought, no, that message is for me. It's not for someone else. I'm the one that's noticing the beautiful sunbeams coming through the clouds, right? So God is trying to say something to me. And that morning, as I'm driving towards this beautiful lady's house, I see this cloud part and these beautiful sunbeams streaking through. And I thought, oh, great, God has a message for me. And I said to God, please, what am I missing? What am I missing, with my mum? What am I doing wrong? And in that moment, I heard the words, remember who you are. Remember who you are. And then I had this real Lion King moment, You don't remember who you are. The monkey when he hits him, the lion on the head to Simba. You've forgotten who you are. Remember who you are. And in that moment, then I hear that. Remember who you are. And as I'm driving towards the sunbeams coming out through the clouds, it was right in front of me as I'm driving. And the tears started streaking down my face. And I said, I am yours. In that moment, I remembered, I am spirit. We are one. In that moment, I was reminded, I am yours. I said to God, I am yours, spirit. We seem to think that because they're our parents, that we belong to them, and we don't. We are always, first and foremost, God's spirits, whatever you want to call it. We are always spirit first. That we were born from these beautiful beings. It's a plus, We get to call them our parents, our mum, our dad. But we don't belong to them. Just as our children don't belong to us. We borrow them for a little while. We enjoy them for a little while. And then they move on to create their own life. So, my beautiful beings, we are spirit. We belong to spirit. This is who we are. This is who our children are. This is who our parents are. That's it. It's that simple. All right, my beautiful beings, I'm off. Thank you for coming today, for being part of the beautiful talk, for participating. I'm hoping we can get together on the Fridays. Let me know which course it is that you'd like to do so that we can get together. And I'll need you all to register so I have your email addresses. And that way I can send you the Zoom links and the passcodes. Hopefully everyone's used Zoom. It's just such a common thing, Zoom. So that way we can see each other as well. Yes, thank you. We love you. And yeah, the only reason we'll need your email address when you register is for that, so that we can give you the Zoom link. We can give you the passcode. With your email address in Katra, we can sign you into the course that we've decided to all do as a group. And then you'll also receive the email with the donate, the PayPal button that's for donating. If you're in Australia, let me know, because I thought I can always just give you the account number here and you can just put money in there. Then it doesn't cost anyone anything. But look, the PayPal button is just as easy. So it doesn't matter. And then, because everyone has PayPal as well, as far as I know. So, yeah, I look forward to it. I'm really excited about where this is going to go, where it's headed. As a group, as a group, because I'm always inspired by the comments that come through. And as I read them and I always receive beautiful information, I evolve and I expand every time. So I can't wait to see how this unfolds on Fridays. And I can't wait to see all your beautiful faces. That's the part that I'm most excited about. The energy that's going to come through when I can finally see you. All right, my beautiful beings, let us know. We are here to serve you and we can't wait to get started. So it's going to be in 2 Fridays' time. Next Friday we'll be here for the live, and then we'll be starting with one of the beautiful courses. Just let us know what you want to work with. All right, my beautiful beings. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Victor. And say hi to Desiree. I saw her pop in and out. So I love you guys. Mwah. I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you so much for always being here. Bye.